Have you ever felt a whisper in the wind, a subtle tug on your soul, a feeling that just beyond the veil of your busy life, there is a profound secret waiting to be understood? What if I told you that the very act of worrying, the very anxiety that knots your stomach and steals your sleep, is not just a personal struggle, but a spiritual barrier? A wall you've built brick by brick between yourself and a divine current of peace that is yours for the taking. This is not merely a comforting idea, it is a cosmic law, as real and as constant as gravity, and for the next hour, we are going to pull back that veil together. We are going to journey into the heart of a mystery that has been encoded in ancient texts, echoed in the silence of the stars, and written on the human heart since the beginning of time. If you stay with me, if you open your mind and soul to this journey, you will not simply hear a prayer. You will uncover the architecture of a reality where trust in God is the master key to a life free from fear. You will learn the hidden language of faith that turns turmoil into tranquility, and you will discover why this very moment, this blessed morning, holds a power that very few ever learn to harness. But to understand this power, we must first understand the nature of the enemy. Worry is not just a feeling, it is a phantom architect building elaborate prisons for tomorrow out of the shadows of yesterday. It replays what has already happened, a song you cannot unhear, and it preplays disasters that have not yet come to pass, a movie directed by your deepest fears. It lives in the two places where human power is utterly useless, the unchangeable past and the unimaginable future. And in doing so, it completely robs you of the only moment where life truly exists, where God's presence is tangibly felt, the sacred, eternal now. This present moment, this very breath you are taking, is the thin place where heaven and earth meet. It is the point of contact. And worry is the force that pulls you away from that point, disconnecting you from the source of all power and peace. It is the ultimate illusion of control, a desperate attempt to manage shadows while the substance of God's grace flows right past you, unnoticed and untapped. But the next part will surprise you even more, because this struggle is not a design flaw. It is a battlefield, a training ground for your soul. Every single moment of anxiety is, in fact, a divine invitation. It is a fork in the road presented to your spirit. One path leads you deeper into the labyrinth of your own limited mind, a maze with no exit. The other path is a leap. It is the decision, often made in the dark, to stop being the author of your own story and to become the trusting child of the ultimate author. This is the first great secret. Your worry is not a sign of weakness. It is the signal that a greater strength is being offered to you. It is the door, and trust is the key. And the key is not a complex philosophical concept. It is a simple, profound act of surrender that we will learn to practice together, layer by layer, in ways you have never considered before. What comes next may change how you see the sky forever. Because this principle of trust is woven into the very fabric of creation. Look at the birds outside your window. They do not plant stores or build barns, and yet the universe, operating on God's silent command, provides for them. Their entire existence is a continuous, unconscious prayer of trust. They are not without need. They are without the illusion that they are the sole provider for their needs. They are plugged into a network of provision, a cosmic system of grace. Or consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They do not toil or spin, yet King Solomon, in all his glory, was not dressed as magnificently as one of these simple flowers. Their beauty is not achieved through striving, but through being. They are rooted, they are receiving. They are allowing the sun and the rain to do the work while they simply open up to receive it. This is not a passive existence, it is an active reception. This is the state we are aiming for, to be so deeply rooted in the awareness of God's presence that we are constantly receiving the light of His guidance and the water of His Spirit, allowing us to bloom exactly where we are planted without the frantic, exhausting effort to be somewhere else, someone else. This leads us to a revelation that uncovers a secret very few people know. The word worry itself in its ancient root means to strangle, to choke, and that is precisely what it does. It chokes your creativity, it strangles your joy, it suffocates your faith. But the word trust, its true essence, is connected to strength, to being firm and solid. So in a very real, linguistic and spiritual sense, every time you choose to worry, you are choosing to choke the life out of your own spirit. And every time you choose to trust, you are choosing to build a fortress of strength around your soul. This is not a metaphor, it is a metaphysical reality. Your thoughts are not just ephemeral things, they are the architects of your spiritual and even your physical reality. They emit a frequency, a vibration that attracts corresponding experiences. A mind vibrating at the frequency of fear and lack will magnetize more reasons to be afraid and to feel lacking. But a mind tuned to the frequency of trust and gratitude becomes a magnet for miracles, for synchronicities, for the unexpected provisions and divine appointments that the worrying mind would dismiss as coincidence. But how do we make this shift? How do we retune the instrument of our mind when it has been playing the same song of anxiety for decades? The answer lies in a practice so simple, so profound, that its power is often overlooked. It is the practice of sacred focus. You cannot simply command worry to leave. You must evict it by inviting a more powerful tenant into the house of your mind. This is where our blessed morning prayer begins, not as a list of requests, but as a deliberate, conscious recalibration of your entire being. We start not by asking, but by acknowledging. We shift our gaze from the stormy waves at our feet to the one who commands the wind and the water. This is the pivotal turn, the moment where everything changes. And the method for doing this is a secret weapon hidden in plain sight within the Lord's Prayer. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. This is not a passive plea, it is an active declaration. It is the act of aligning your personal, tiny, worried kingdom with the invincible, peaceful, and perfect kingdom of God. It is saying, my will, which is tangled in fear, I now surrender. I sync my desires, my timeline, my understanding to your perfect will and your eternal timeline. This one act of alignment is more powerful than 1,000 hours of frantic worrying. And just when you think you understand the power of surrender, the next layer will astonish you, because this alignment activates a law that governs the spiritual universe, the law of divine exchange. You give God your worry, and in return, you receive His peace. You give Him your confusion, and you receive His clarity. You give Him your brokenness, and you receive His wholeness. This is the great transaction of faith, and it is executed through prayer. But this is not a one-time transaction. It is a constant flow, like breathing. You breathe out the toxic air of your anxieties, and you breathe in the pure, life-giving oxygen of God's Spirit. This is why the morning is so critically important. The first moments of your waking consciousness set the tone for the entire day. They are the blank canvas. If you reach for your phone and immediately ingest the chaos of the world, you are painting your canvas with fear and stress. But if you dedicate those first sacred moments to this divine exchange, you are priming the canvas with the colors of peace, trust, and grace. Whatever is painted on top of that will be infused with that underlying light. Now prepare to see your past in a completely new light, because this trust extends backwards in time as well. Every single event of your life, every pain, every loss, every seemingly random detour is a thread in a tapestry that you are unable to see the front of. From the back it looks like a mess of knots and tangled colors, a meaningless jumble. But God sees the finished masterpiece from the front. The practice of trust is the decision to believe that the master weaver knows what he is doing. That painful ending, that betrayal you never saw coming, that dream that died, it is not a mistake. It is a necessary contrast, a dark thread that in the grand design serves to make the bright threads of redemption, strength and purpose shine even more brilliantly. When you can look back at your past and whisper thank you, even for the scars, you have just unlocked a new dimension of trust. You are no longer a victim of your history. You are a student of it, learning its lessons and trusting that even what was meant for evil, God is using for your ultimate good. This retrospective trust fuels your prospective trust, creating an unshakable foundation for your present moment. And what I am about to share with you next is a truth so profound it can silence the loudest storm in your heart. This trust we speak of is not a blind leap into the dark. It is a sensible step into the light, based on the very character of God. He is not a distant, capricious tyrant. He is your Father, a good Father. What human father, if his son asks for bread, would give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, would give him a snake? If you, in your human, flawed nature, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good gifts, the ultimate gift of His Holy Spirit, His very presence, to those who ask Him. This is the bedrock. Your trust is not in an outcome, it is in a person who loves you with an everlasting love. A person who has proven that love in the most dramatic, costly way possible. When you internalize this, prayer shifts from a nervous negotiation with a powerful CEO to a confident conversation with a loving dad. You come to him not with a perfectly rehearsed speech, but with the raw, honest cries of a child who knows they are safe, heard, and loved. This brings us to the practical magic, the daily manna of maintaining this state. It is found in the discipline of gratitude. Gratitude is the language of trust. You cannot be truly thankful and deeply anxious at the same time. They are spiritual opposites. Worry says, I don't have enough. Gratitude says, look at what I have already been given. Worry says, the future is frightening. Gratitude says, God has been faithful in the past and He will be again. This is why we are instructed to give thanks in all circumstances. It is not a Pollyanna-ish denial of pain. It is a strategic defiance of despair. It is the act of looking at the Goliath of your problems and saying, you are big, but my God is bigger, and I thank Him in advance for the victory. Every thank you is a brick taken out of the wall of worry. Every acknowledgement of a small blessing, the warmth of your coffee, the smile from a stranger, the roof over your head, is a deposit made into your account of trust. It compounds interest in the spiritual realm, building a wealth of faith that you can draw upon when the major storms of life hit. But the mystery deepens even further as we consider the communal aspect of this journey. You are not alone in this. When you click the like button on this video, you are not just giving a thumbs up to an algorithm. You are sending out a ripple of solidarity into the digital universe. You are standing with a global family and saying, I choose trust today. You are adding your light to a collective beacon that can pierce through the darkness of fear for someone else who is scrolling, lost and desperate for a sign. When you subscribe, you are planting a flag and declaring, I am building my life on this foundation, and I want to be reminded, I want to be strengthened, I want to continue this journey together. And when you write your own short prayer in the comments, just a sentence, a cry from your heart, you are creating a living, breathing tapestry of faith. You are witnessing to others, and they are witnessing to you. You are creating a digital sanctuary where people from all over the world can come and see that they are not alone, that others are fighting the same fight, and that God is moving in a million different lives simultaneously. Your simple act of engagement becomes an act of ministry, spreading God's word of peace to a wider audience, to that one person who might be on the brink, who might need to see your prayer to find the strength to whisper their own. This is how we become the hands and feet of Christ in the digital age, amplifying a message of hope in a world drowning in noise. And as we approach the final stretches of our time together today, I want to lead you into a deeper, more contemplative space. Let's just breathe for a moment, in and out. Let the truth of what we've shared sink from your head down into your heart. Feel the weight of your worries, name them if you must, and on your next exhale, imagine handing them over, physically placing them into the capable, scarred hands of Jesus. He can carry them. He has already carried the weight of the entire world. Your burden is not too heavy for him. Now, breathe in his peace, a peace that is not of this world, a peace that is not the absence of trouble, but the presence of something, someone greater than any trouble. This is the secret place, the place of abiding. This is where you live from, not just visit. And as you learn to live from this place, you will find that the very things that used to trigger panic now become opportunities to practice this profound trust. The phone call from the doctor, the letter in the mail, the unexpected bill, they become not signals for alarm, but signals for alignment. They are the bells that call you back to the sanctuary of your soul, back to the feet of your Father, back to the unshakable kingdom within. So as our time for this session draws to a close, remember that this is not an ending, but a beginning. The journey of trusting God more and worrying less is the great adventure of your life. It is a path that leads you deeper and deeper into the heart of the divine, where mysteries upon mysteries are waiting to be revealed. We have only just scratched the surface of the first layer today. There are deeper wells to be dug, higher mountains of faith to be climbed, and wider oceans of grace to be sailed. The map is in your hands, the compass is in your heart, and the guide is by your side, whispering on the wind, "Peace, be still." So take this blessed morning prayer with you. Let it be the anchor for your soul, the melody for your day, and the light for your path. And know that wherever you are, whatever you are facing, you are held, you are loved, and you are never ever alone. And so, as we bring this sacred time to a close, let the truth we have walked through together sink deep into the very soil of your soul. Remember this: worry is not your master. Fear is not your fate. That constant churning anxiety is not a life sentence. It is an invitation to trade your weakness for his strength, your chaos for his peace, your limited understanding for his limitless wisdom. We have journeyed from understanding worry as a spiritual barrier to seeing it as a divine signal, a door that, when opened with trust, leads straight into the throne room of God's grace. We have learned from the birds and the lilies what it means to live in active, receptive trust, rooted not in our own striving, but in his unwavering provision. We have uncovered the cosmic law of divine exchange. Breathe out the toxic air of your anxieties. Breathe in the pure, life-giving oxygen of his spirit. We have seen how gratitude is the language of trust, a powerful act of defiance against despair. And we have anchored our souls in the ultimate reality, that our trust is not in a vague force, but in a good Father whose character is love, whose proof is the cross, and whose promise is peace that shatters all understanding. This is not just a theory. This is your inheritance. This is your divine right as a child of God. But a truth received is a truth that must be released. It must be spoken, shared, and witnessed to become fully alive. And so now, I am calling you to action, not just as a viewer, but as a vital part of this global family of faith. This is where your faith becomes sight. I want you to pick up your spiritual pen and make your mark in the comments below. This is your altar, right here, right now. Do not let this moment pass. Write your personal confession of trust. Declare, Father, I choose today to trust you with these C's. Name it, release it, or post your short, powerful prayer. Let it be a beacon for someone else who is struggling to find the words. Or testify, shout it from the digital rooftops. What has God done for you? How has He made a way? Your story is someone else's survival guide. Do not scroll away, pause, and plant your flag of faith right here. Your words are not just text on a screen. They are seeds of hope that will grow in the heart of someone across the world who is about to give up. Your testimony is the key that unlocks another person's prison of fear. And then, I am commissioning you with a holy urgency. Do not keep this message to yourself. The enemy wants to isolate you and silence this truth. We must break his strategy. You have been given a mighty tool for such a time as this. I am challenging you, I am imploring you, share this video. Do not just share it with one or two. Send it to your family group chat, post it on your timeline, forward it to at least 10 people or 20 or 100. Send it to that friend you know is carrying a burden too heavy to bear. Send it to the one whose heart is breaking. Send it to the one who puts on a brave face but is crumbling inside. Understand the eternal weight of this simple act. When you hit that share button, you are not just passing along a video. You are casting a lifeline. You are striking a match in someone's darkness. You are depositing a weapon of spiritual warfare into their hands. You are helping to spread God's teaching, and in doing so, you are extending His blessing. You are partnering with heaven to see lives transformed, chains broken, and souls saved. This is not about views or virality. This is about victory in the lives of people Jesus died for. The time for quiet faith is over. The world is desperate for what you now carry. So go now, confess your trust, proclaim your prayer, testify to His goodness, and unleash this message of hope. Be the one who helps carry God's teaching forward. Be the one who turns the tide. The harvest is plentiful, and you, yes, you are a laborer. Now go and labor in love.